Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's about right now.
All right, we
Go
are
live.
live. Hello, everyone. Please tune in. Please like and share and subscribe. If you are joining us, please say hello. Sunshine is running a little late, but we're here.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Sorry, I'm just trying to share. Okay, there you go.
Steve Harvey out here in the background.
Yes, let me turn it down.
You
These
good?
people be acting like they deaf in this house. Hello, everyone. Please say hello as you are joining tonight. We hope that you all are doing great. Look at me trying to be professional
Look at
tonight.
you. You being professional just for me. Oh, you so sweet. Yo, auntie
I'm only
just
being
called me.
professional because Sunshine ain't here. If she was here, I'd be on my ratchet stuff.
Hey, look,
Somebody got to be sane.
your aunt just called me. I said, I'm gonna have to wait to take this call after.
She done
She
called
said,
me about 3 times today. That's your friend.
"It's your fam.
I
It's your family." Oh shoot.
was like, girl, leave me alone. Jesus. Hey, Sam.
That's Miss Burton trying to get me over there later on. No, not tonight. Maybe maybe tomorrow. Yeah.
That's how she do. Hello, everybody. Please say hello as y'all are joining. I am hot. I feel like I might be going through the change, but I
Ain't you
might be
like
too
20?
young for
You too
Ain't you
young
like
for that.
20?
Don't do that.
that. Biscuit said I'm 23, so I'm still young. I'm too young to
Yeah,
go through the
yeah,
change.
yeah.
Bitch,
Too young.
lie.
You hating?
I'm younger than you.
Uh, that must mean you 21 then.
uh-uh. The way my body set up, I am not 21. Tell you that right now.
You know
Sorry,
black
y'all. I'm
don't
running.
crack.
Yeah, depends on the time of day. No. Sorry, you guys. I was running late. My meeting ran over,
That's
but Chastity
okay.
was holding it down. I ain't even get to introduce myself to the guests. I'm so late. But
Yeah,
thank
she
you.
can't dress, did she? With her double
I done
breasted.
had, you know what? First of all, not the double breasted. No, I done had this on all day. I ain't had time to do nothing. I had to dress professionally today for work. So, all right, we're
Okay.
gonna play the intro video. Please share as we do, and we'll be right back. All righty.
Welcome to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life. I mean,
You was
like
right.
life, laughs, and shenanigans.
That's what you
I
get
am the
trying to be
girl,
sensual.
Chessie B. I know, right? Over
I'm
here trying to put
sensual.
on my midnight voice and then got mixed
Uh-huh.
up.
Uh-huh. That quiet storm got real quiet. Y'all probably don't know nothing about the quiet storm. Y'all probably don't know nothing about. But thank y'all for joining. Thanks for you guys who have tuned in so far. Please say hello. Let us know you're here. Hey Sam. Hey, hey. And I didn't dress. I didn't dress the host, but I try sometimes. But we have a guest on tonight, and we're gonna let him introduce himself. So tell the people who you are, where you're from, whatever you want them to know about you. Tell
All
them.
right. My name is Freddick Devon. I am from Greenville, North Carolina. I am a single parent of a 22-year-old, 21 and 19-year-old. Uh, I'm up here because I'm in a play with Chastity. So we've been working together in stage plays and stuff for about 7 years. So, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been watching you guys' podcast. It's really entertaining, very informative. So, can't wait to see what tonight brings.
Yes, yes. Thank you. And you say you got grown kids.
Yeah, they
You
grown.
the one ain't cracking.
Hmm.
Like you don't look like you got no grown kids.
Girl, I'm blessed and highly favored.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, thank you so much for doing. You say you from Greenville, North Carolina?
Oh yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Our friend Tiara on, and that's where she from too. So I know she go. Yep, there she go. Hey, shout out to Greenville.
All right, Tiara. Tiara, I just said Greenville. Really, I'm from Aden, but I just say Greenville. 'Cause
Oh Lord, he like before she called me out.
people don't know Aden, so I just say Greenville because it's the closest
I've
thing
never heard of
they're gonna
Aiden.
know. Yeah, it's from Aden.
Never,
From
never,
Aden.
never.
Yeah.
Hello for
Hello.
joining. Thank you. Well, we so glad to have you on. Do you go by Devon since that's what you put right there?
Yeah, I go by Devon.
Oh, okay.
For my African Americans, I go by Devon. Yeah.
No, that's right. I know that is right. Well, thank you for joining us. We always start with a foreplay, and it's all on Chassis because I didn't get them together. So go
Oh
Oh,
Lord.
well, we have plenty of time then.
ahead.
What is the funniest, craziest, or most embarrassing moment with your kids?
Mm.
Funniest, craziest, most embarrassing moment. My son and I, we went to what was it the Outer Banks, and he wanted to go swimming, but we didn't have like any swim clothes. I'm like, man, bump it. So we just stripped down to our underwear and went and jumped in, and some people came by and saw us out there and tried to play a prank and take our clothes, so we went running up nothing but underwear. So it was crazy. It was crazy for me, but it's whatever. I'm from the country. It is what it is. So,
How old
Oh
was your son
wow.
when that happened?
oh man, I think he was like 11. Yeah, he was like
Oh,
11.
dang.
Yeah, he was like 11.
Wow, that's crazy. Funniest, crazy, or most embarrassing? I don't know. The only story that come to mind, because we always pick on my son about this, but a couple of years back, he decided to be adventurous and wanted to see what popcorn kernels do to ears. So he put a popcorn kernel in his ear, and instead of to come to me to help him get it out, he kept trying to get it out himself and got it so far up there I couldn't get it out. So I took him to the
Girl,
emergency room. They couldn't get it out. I took him to the ENT. They couldn't get it out. No, excuse me, urgent care. They couldn't get it out. Emergency room. They couldn't get it out. The ENT. They couldn't get it out. And he was so bad about it that he literally almost took out their whole little table in the little room. Like he kicking and screaming and throwing stuff, and then slung the little nurse all over. The nurse weighed about 100 pounds. He done slung her all over the room. So I had to pay $800 out of pocket
for a
for him
popcorn
to
kernel.
go under anesthesia to get a popcorn kernel out. He would never live down this $800 popcorn kernel. Never. We wouldn't even buy popcorn. Like we didn't start buying popcorn until COVID came back after it happened because we didn't even want it in the house. Because I had to pay $800. I said that's more than some people rent at the time. Now probably not, but at the time I'm like that's more than some people rent. But people was in there, just leave it in there. He'll learn. I couldn't do it. It was bothering me more than it was him. I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about all the fungus and stuff that was growing around him. Yeah, it was a whole thing. Three appointments later and $800 later,
Oh
he
no,
finally got it out.
he might
I
have to
might have
suffer
to
a little
stop buying
bit.
popcorn.
Suffer a little bit.
Go ahead, Chad.
So mine is Well, I had saw a post the other day where somebody asked, "How do women with kids take a bath?" And I said that whenever my kids were smaller, I used to always put them in the shower with me until one day. Now, y'all know I got two boys. So one day, Carter, he goes and he's looking like this. And I was like, what is it? He said, is your weenie broke? Because it don't look like mine and biscuits.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
I got another one too. So whenever they were smaller, I think it was Carter. He had found a tampon in the house, and he brought it to me. He asked me what it was, so I had opened it up, and I told him, this is for mommy. Whenever she's bleeding, it helps stop bleeding. Now, I have really bad allergies, and my nose usually bleeds in the wintertime, but it's never like blood like coming out of my nose. Usually, I could just wipe it and get the blood. This particular day, not even 5 minutes after we had that conversation, I go in the bathroom and all of a sudden blood is just pouring out of my nose. I mean, like horrible. Carter walks by the bathroom. He sees the blood. He runs in the bathroom, grabs a tampon, gives it to me. He's like, here you go.
And hey, that's what you told him when you was bleeding.
Right.
You did what you said.
You gotta be specific with these
You
kids.
gotta be specific, okay? Specific.
I was like, thank you, baby. Thank you. I was like, next time I need to make sure I let them know where it goes. But it did help. It stopped the blood.
I can't. Well, those that are watching, if you have kids, tell us your funniest, craziest, or most embarrassing moment with your kids. We would love to read them. I was gonna say hear them, but I guess technically it's read. All right. So as you guys seen on the flyer that we've been showing all month long, tonight we are talking about fatherhood. So we were supposed to have two fathers on. Unfortunately, one could not come tonight, and we'll be thinking about him. But Devon said, "Hey, I got it. I'm gonna hold it down." POP. All right.
I'll do my best.
So. So we're gonna move on. So the first question that we have for you, Devon, is what is your proudest moment being a dad? You said you're a single father, so tell us what that's like and what your proudest moment is.
Oh God, so many, so many. I want to say watching my kids graduate. My daughter, she just graduated. Well, she didn't just graduate. She's getting ready to graduate grad school. So she's been in Europe for the past 5, 6 months. Well, since January. But that's not my proudest moment. I think my proudest moment is eavesdropping on a conversation with my son that he was having with one of his friends. It's like I could hear a lot of the wisdom that I have poured into him over the years when his friend was having a tough time with their parents and stuff, and I could hear him just giving great advice, and I was just standing back like wow, they really listen. They
Right.
really do listen. So it made me proud, and I didn't worry as much about him because let's frank it, girls, I think they mature a lot faster than boys. I see it now. I ain't want to believe it, but I do see it now.
Uh-huh.
So I used to worry about my son getting out there. I'm like, I worry about this kid. But just to hear him give that wise advice, I think that was like one of my most proudest moments.
Right. So I know this ain't on the list, but you said that you the one said you had custody of your kids, right? Or gotten
Yeah,
custody of
I,
them?
I had got joint custody of both of them. Yeah,
Okay. Tell
yeah,
us
yeah.
tell us what that was like for you as a dad doing that.
That was gonna
Sorry,
be
I'm
my
putting
Yeah.
you on.
question.
I'm
Well,
sorry to put you on the spot, but I would like to
uh,
hear a man's point of view.
oh man, oh man. Well, ooh, God, you put me on the spot with that one. It was. I can say this. It's not for the faint of heart. uh I can see why a lot of dudes walk away and don't fight because my battle was like off and on for 10 years
Mm,
and 10, $15,000 even more of court fees and legal fees. uh it was rough. It was rough, but I guess what kept me in it was the fact that I knew one day my kids would ask me, "Why didn't you fight for me?" And I
mhm.
couldn't use the excuse because of your mother and all the stuff that she did. It ain't got nothing to do with them. So I'm like, you know what? Come hell or high water, I'm gonna do whatever I got to do, and I'm gonna fight for my baby. So that's what I did. But it was rough. It wasn't for like I said, it's not for the faint of heart. You really have to be in it and be committed because it's a lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. You had a question,
Kudos
Chance. I
to
think I
you.
interrupted you.
No, that was going to be my question. I was going
Oh,
to ask
okay.
that. Yeah. So
Gotcha.
kudos to you because a lot of men they do give up and they don't keep fighting and then they make the excuses and I just be like, well, that's not an excuse, but
Girl,
okay,
this
we'll
is expensive. Them court battles are them court, them court battles are expensive, and we all know courts love to lean. I hate to say it towards the mother side of things because
That's true.
That's
that's
true.
how it's always been. So they love to lean to that, but it's worth it. It's
Yeah.
worth it. I mean, a couple of times I had to take them back to court. Like I'm just taking you out of court. I'm not finna play these back and forth games, just to be here to raise my kids. But in the end, after it's all said and done, I watch my son walk across the stage, watch my daughter walk across the stage, and I can sit back and I know I got memories, and they have memories. I had a
Mhm.
conversation with my son yesterday before he went to the beach. We listened to some TD Jake thing. They were talking about fatherhood and talking about how it affects children when their dads are not present, they're nowhere around. And so I asked my son, I said, was I present? He was like, yeah. I said, was I good dad? He said, I said, boy, you better stop playing. I said, so do you have memories? He was like, yeah. I said, so how did I do? So he just gave me that nod of approval. And for me, it made it worth it. It really made it
Yeah.
worth it. So
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. I wish a lot of us, not just men and not just women, but all of us, if we really kept our focus on the kids and the kids alone, we would get so much more further. But both sides are bad
yeah.
about putting mom and kids or dad and kids all in one pot, and it's like, no, y'all got y'all problems. The kids are another thing. If
Hmm.
you really focus on them, no matter what the other side is doing, and you will always do what's right. But now you focusing on I'm gonna disappoint her, I'm gonna disappoint him, or he ain't gonna do right anyway, or he ain't paying this child support, or
Yeah. Yeah.
she got a boyfriend around the house. Like we focus on everything else.
Everything else.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
it's
one
like,
thing I ain't
and the
gonna
kids
focus
get the
on.
short straw. It's
They do.
like
Right.
They do.
the kids get the short
I
straw.
I let my kids daddy he can be as much as part of their life as he want to or as little. As long as they are able to make those memories, child, make them. I don't care. Just give me a break. It's $5.
Yeah, that's fact. That's
I
fact.
just be wanting a doggone break.
I like I said, I had joint custody of my kids, so I had them every other week. My
Hmm.
sister, she recently went through a divorce, and she has her kids with her all the time. And I really didn't know how hard it is to have them all day, every day. I'm like, you know
Hmm.
what? I commend you because it's a lot. It's a
Hmm.
lot. You have to do everything
Everything.
every day.
It's
And I'm
Well,
hard.
like,
It's
so I'm
hard.
like,
That's why. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm like, I don't know why these women fight to keep the kids from the dads because they gonna need a break. They
Right, that part.
they gonna need a
tell
break.
That
me,
part.
come get your kids, doggone it. Do you want me to bring them to you? We ain't even got to meet halfway. I would drive 3 hours to
I
drop
can't.
them off.
I ain't saying all that. I ain't. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. No. That's real though. Like I've always been that parent. I mean, I don't. I mean, just to be completely transparent, I'm owed thousands and thousands in child support. But
Oh
you know
gosh.
what? The part that matters to me is that are you there when he calls on you for advice? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Are you showing up to graduations? Are you showing up to Christmases? Are you, even if you can't buy him nothing, like be present. That's all I've ever really
Hmm.
wanted. Like out of anything. I didn't even put my oldest son dad on child support till he was 5 or 6 or 7, and people would kept telling me, no, do it. He old. And
Hmm.
I'm like, I don't want. I mean, yes, I need it. Don't get me wrong. It's hard out here being a single parent, especially making the money that I was making at the time. But I
Yeah.
just wanted him to be present. And it's like sometimes, I mean, just from my point of view, sometimes men down they self so much that if they can't do it all, they're not gonna do nothing.
Hmm.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
like that's not what adult mature women are asking you to do. We ask you to try your best, whatever that
Yeah.
best is. We just
Yeah.
ask
And
you to do your
sometimes
best.
I'll take the minimum. I will take the minimum sometimes.
I
Just
mean, you
like,
Five
still gonna
dollars.
grow at some point.
Give me
I
$5 and
know.
2 hours of vacation time.
Right. I don't have my kids that on child support, and a lot of my peers, they're like, girl, you need to put him on child support. And I was like, I don't even want the money. Yes, I do need it. But I don't want it. I just want him to spend time with them and give me a break. Give me a break where I don't have to worry about them, where I don't have to be the person that drops them off at school and pick them up from school, rushing to get back home when you work in the same doggone town that they go to school at.
Right.
I work 3-4 hours away and got to rush back sometimes.
Right. Yeah, I literally
digress.
the only reason why I put him on child support is because I got to the point where at least that's something you could do. And it shouldn't have got to that. Like, no, for real. Like, it shouldn't have got to that. You should try, especially when you are somebody who says your dad let you down. It's like, why is getting over that hurdle doing the same thing he did?
Did he probably I mean, it's catch 22. Has he healed from his situation with his dad?
Right.
And if he's not, then that's still a broken man trying to raise another man. That's tough. That's tough to do. It's hard to raise somebody and you still in a place of brokenness, because even though you're trying your best, you're still giving them information from a heart that's hurting.
Right.
So are you giving them 100% correct information, or are you giving them skewed information because of what you're dealing with and you haven't healed? Because a heart hasn't healed, can't really see correctly. They see themselves as a victim, or they see what everybody else done. But usually in a situation, everybody has a part to play, and a lot of times you can't really see your part until you healed. So
that's true.
Amen.
That's true, and I agree with that wholeheartedly, 100%. But I also think that a lot of women out here broke. We still do what we supposed to do. I ain't saying we do it all the way 100. I ain't saying that, because we broke just as much as me and all. We got our trauma, we got our healing, we need our therapy just as much. But if you look at percentage wise, there's a lot more women out there to get it together and do what they supposed to do.
Yeah.
And men don't.
Right in the bathroom, baby. Be in that shower like this.
They do. Wait, I can't really sit here and make excuses because I stayed.
Yeah,
a lot of guys don't stay. And there are plenty of reasons that you can make, plenty of excuses you can make, but at the end of the day, it's a choice. At the end of the day, it's a choice. A lot of people aren't mature enough to make that choice to fight it out, and it's a fight. So women can make it a fight. They can, if they are scorned, they can make it a hell of a fight. And you're like, I mean, really? If I can't hurt you, I'm gonna hurt you.
Okay. You right.
Okay.
There are some women like that.
You right. That's why they say happy wife, happy life, right? Because we gonna win. don't make it always right, but y'all just ain't even gonna try.
You got it. You got it. No, you got it.
Yeah, the sky pink. Go ahead.
Out of your business.
You right about that. So the next question Chaz had on was what was the scariest moment about being a dad or being a dad?
Scariest. I want to say hurtful, but you said scariest.
That'll work too.
I mean, hurtful work.
We come back to hurtful. Scariest. My kid running off in food line. I'm on one aisle, looking groceries and stuff. I turn around and they gone. I'm looking around like, okay. So I go to the next aisle, don't see him. Go over to the other aisle, don't see him. Then heart start pounding. I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to be a whole nigga up in here. I'm start yelling. I find these kids, but don't y'all ever. I'm ready to jack them up in here. So it's scary. It's scary because at any moment, you're living in a world not like how we grew up. And we can be outside all day and your parents ain't even checking for you. They don't even care.
Right. It ain't the same.
Kids today, and I'm like, nah, I got to keep an eye on them. So for me, that was my scariest moment, thinking something may have happened. So,
They get on my nerves. And then whenever you find them, they just be like, hey, like, out the slap that smile off your face.
The hardest job about being a parent for me right now with a 13-year-old is perspective. His perspective whew, I'm like, where did I raise you? Like, where you get this from? Like, I don't understand. I can't even put it in words. I'm like, he explained something to me, and I'm like, wow. Like,
That's how your 13-year-old brain is working.
I feel like I was a little smarter. I swear I do. Like, I probably wouldn't, but I felt like I was.
Oh gosh.
His perspective, and now I find myself reflecting on me, like, am I putting off this? Not like some stuff just stupid. And teenagers is just teenagers. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong,
Right.
but sometimes he make comments, and he don't mean no harm, but he make comments about gay people, or he make comments about how somebody is living or things of that nature, and I have to find myself saying, number one, explaining to him that we can't judge and we have to love regardless of who the person is. And then number two, did I say something to make him feel like it was okay to express it this way? You know what I'm saying? So I'm always self-reflection of how I'm coming off to my kids. Like, I don't want to be, we are going to be, we human. So we are going to be the parents that we're going to say, do as I say, not as I do. Don't get me wrong, because we human.
Yeah.
But I find myself trying to break the cycle of behaving one way and telling my child to do something else. Because we a lot of us grew up and that happened. Like, you telling me not to drink and party and smoke, but then y'all up here over Friday
Living it up.
Living
it up. Okay. And the bad part is you done been sad all week long, mama, and you real happy on Friday. I'm thinking in my mind, that's happiness.
Yeah, it sounds about right. That's about right.
I'm like, I think what I'm trying to do more as this parent in this 2022 era, because it's definitely different than when we were growing up. Self-reflection. Like, a lot of it is more influenced by social media, yes, and by these kids being influenced by stuff that we didn't have to deal with as kids, yes. But I'm always coming to myself and saying to myself, what can I do better? No matter what. Some of it I know I ain't taught him. I don't know where he got it from. But what can I do better?
Same. Sometimes, like, the boys and I, we have what I call grown-up conversations at least once a week. And we talk about everything. And sometimes they tell me the most craziest things. And I'm like, where did you get that from? And they're like, I don't know. It came from my brain. What kind of brain do you got that's just throwing out this random stuff?
Wait till these kids get grown. Oh God.
I'm not ready.
My daughter be telling me some stuff. I'm like, no, please, let's not even have this conversation. I'm your dad. Let's not have this conversation. So it's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So what's been the best advice you ever received about fatherhood or being a dad?
You'll never be perfect.
That's good.
You'll never be perfect. There's always keep an open mind. There's always room to learn and to grow. And one thing that stuck with me, I learned, for me, okay, I'm a Christian. Don't judge me. I'm a drinking and a cussing Christian. However, he ain't through with me yet. So.
All right. Amen. Amen.
But it was instilled in me early. Treat your kids the way God treats you. There you go. Wrap it up. Treat them the way God treats you. That's it. And I start thinking about that thing. I'm like,
I like that.
Whew. Yeah,
he's forgiven.
He been forgiven. He been merciful. He still love me. I'm like, okay. And I did some stuff. I'm like, okay. I try to do it, but we ain't perfect. Sometimes you just want to ring. Sometimes you just want to wring their neck. But I'm like, so.
Right. I can understand, because like sometimes my kids, even though like now my kids are like under teenagers, so I know I got a whole lot to go through. What I'm going through right now ain't nothing compared to teenage and young adulthood. But it's been times where they have made me so angry, to the point where I would come in my room and I'm like, if they was grown, I would fight them out here on these streets, and I would not talk to them anymore. Like, that's just how mad they made me. But I have to remember, these are my kids. These are my humans. I grew them in my body.
Yep. Yeah.
But I like what you said. I got to treat them the same way that God treats me, because I'm pretty sure I done made him mad. He done wanted to fight me on the streets.
Pretty
Like,
much.
Chastity, I told you not to do that. Why are you doing this?
Did it anyway.
Right.
And you
Right,
probably done.
right.
You probably done told him, "I'm gonna do it anyway." Mhm. And worry about the consequences later. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You probably done told him that. And your kid
That's
probably did the
funny.
same thing. I'm gonna do it anyway. Worry about consequences later. Yeah.
Right.
Sam said you his type of Christian.
Oh, but I'm not your type of Christian, Sam. You see, other people come on here. People don't love family.
I cannot. Well, I want to go on the flip side of that. What's the worst advice that you have gotten about fatherhood or being a dad? Because we get some of that.
Walk away. Walk away.
Somebody
Think,
told you to walk away? I'm sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. Don't deal with it. Walk away. Don't deal with it. Walk away. Worst advice I ever got. I'm like, nah.
Wow.
That's not my pedigree. That's not my pedigree.
Mm,
My mom and dad was married for 20 years. Then they got divorced. But my dad never walked away. He stayed. I'm like, he stayed through it all, and there was a lot through it all. He stayed. So I'm like, I can't. Nah, I wasn't raised to walk away. So I'm gonna stay and stick it out. Whatever comes, I'm gonna stay and stick it out. So yeah, walk away was, yeah, that was crazy advice. Because the thought never crossed my mind. However, like I said, I can see sometimes why men do it. I can see why they
right.
do it. But for me personally, at the end of the day, nah. I can't look my kids in the eye and be like, I had a choice and I chose to walk away. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, they're gonna say, "Well, I'm not worth fighting for." Like, nah, I can't do that.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Right. 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 Oh man. Oh, she back. You don't have to
That's.
like remove,
I'm
close
sorry.
the
The
thing
the
out. You
voice
can
was
just
acting
remove
crazy. My
yourself.
bad. But
Go ahead.
You took that
I was
switch in
gonna.
there.
Not the switch.
Flip flop. It's my flip flop. People that know me,
Oh
they know it's
Lord.
the flip flop. I'll pop that flip
uh,
flop out in a heartbeat. But it's interesting that you said that somebody told you to give up. And now that just makes me think how many other people have said that to other men and
mm,
made them give up. Like,
mm,
Mm,
why? Why would you tell somebody that?
But the thing about
I,
it
I
is,
mean,
sometimes other women say that you ain't got to put up
mm-hmm.
with that. You ain't got to
that's
deal
You
true.
with
right.
that. You ain't got to put up with that. Walk away. They'll see how it is. Walk
Mm-hmm.
away. I'm like,
That's true.
I get what you're saying. Walk away from her. But if I walk away from her, I'm walking away from the child. I'm like, I'm not.
Right.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
You stuck. You stuck with that other person, whether you like it or not. Y'all might not be together,
Right.
but y'all done made this child. Now y'all got to come together regardless.
I actually saw this post the other day in one of my groups that I'm in, and this girl, she was asking about her boyfriend that she had been with for 2 years, and he had kids that he claimed they weren't his kids. I think it was five in all. I think two were really his, the other three were not. And she had her own child. But anyway, he was saying that this summer he wanted to get all of the kids, and they stayed with him all summer. And she said that she doesn't like other people's kids in her house. And she wanted to know if she should stay with him. And I was trying to figure out, first of all, why in the hell was the man even with somebody that didn't want the kids around? Number one.
That
Number
part.
two, how many other women are out here telling men don't spend time with those kids because I don't want to deal with them? Like, what? And everybody, pretty much everybody was telling her she was stupid and leave him alone so that he could find him a good woman.
Right.
Mm.
And she was coming through like, trying to argue about, well, I don't like other people's kids and blah 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 and all this kind of
So why
stuff.
was you
You knew
with
he
him?
had kids, right?
Hey.
Mm.
Mm,
But
Them benefits, boy. Mm.
money, them benefits. Sometimes don't even be that beneficial. It be that throwback plan that you gotta have that high deductible. But that thing seemed good though.
Oh
I ain't
man.
gotta pay nothing a month, but then you go in there and then
Honey, then you go
it's
to restaurant, you owe
deductible
$800 on a
$5,000.
popcorn kernel. I'm just saying.
It's got them hidden costs.
Just because it said it's Blue Cross and Blue Shield don't mean it's worth nothing. You got to read the fine print, okay?
Uh,
You gotta read the fine print. Sam said Chastity B, no.
No,
That was to the his you
whatever,
being the type of
Sam.
Christian. and, and then he said they don't see the full picture by saying it. They would be the first to talk about you when you walked away. That part.
mhm.
That part, Sam.
Yep.
That part. So we was talking about I mentioned absent fathers earlier, and some of the things I wanted to really highlight on the effects of being on the kids from you being an absent father, and I wanted to get y'all commentary on it. But the list says kids who grow up without a dad are more likely to have behavioral problems, drop out of school, face depression, anxiety, or other mental health issues, struggle financially, become sexual promiscuous, and or face teenage pregnancy, use drugs and alcohol, become aggressive or violent, or leave their own children when they become parents. Do y'all guys agree with that list?
I don't agree.
God, dog. Um, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle with it.
Yeah.
Without a father in the house, you better have a strong mother.
Mm-hmm.
You better have a strong mother, and I would say a great support system. Because fathers bring something that if you don't have that father in the house, okay, let me back up. When I say father, I mean a good man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean a good man. I'm not talking. A lot of
Hmm.
people say I'm not talking about having a man in the house or a boy, a male in the house. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about having a real father figure in the house. If you don't have a real father figure in your life, especially as a young man, um, you 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 got a void there, and you're looking to fill that void somehow, some way. And the mother, as much as she as great as a great mother is, can never give those kids what a father can give them. Like a father can never give what a mother can give. Um, so it's some things that are gonna go lacking. And
Yeah.
they'll have to find it some way somehow. Not saying they're gonna act up or act out, but um, it's gonna be a hurdle that they're gonna have to overcome one way or the other.
Right. Right. Chas, you said you don't agree. Give your perspective.
So I don't agree that just so a lot of the times whenever we hear those statements, it's because the father wasn't in the house. However, I know people that had both their mama and daddy in the house, and their father was a really good father, but they had issues that they was dealing with, and they didn't necessarily parent the right way, and those kids still ended up being promiscuous, leaving their kids, using drugs, using alcohol. They did all of that. For the most part, a lot of the times, if the dad is not in the house, that does happen. But I don't think that people take into account of the success stories that women have had over the years, aka LeBron James. And I'm pretty sure there's other women that had success stories that had kids that didn't go down those paths. And it's probably more successful stories than what we actually hear. We see the negativity more than we see the positivity.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's true. That
That's
is
true.
true.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Hmm.
I think the list is accurate. And why I say that is because if you think about when you have family diseases and you know that you have high blood pressure in your family, you had diabetes in your family, blase, blase, not knowing the knowledge of that and not treating it as so, you are more prone to get that disease. But you can also get it regardless if you live healthy and do everything you're supposed to do. So
Hmm.
my point is like I feel like, yes, that's not going to be everybody's story that they can get anything on that list because some people can persevere and move on and strive. But if the father or the mother is not present, you are more prone to get one of those things on the list.
Hmm.
So just because we hear about LeBron being super successful and he's doing everything amazing in his life, he may have still suffered with depression, and it's because he don't know why his father wasn't there. We just don't hear it. You know what I'm saying?
But
So I
there's
feel,
also people that probably deal with depression that has both parents in the household because the parents are just there to be there for the kids and they don't necessarily love each other, care about each other, want to
right,
be with each other. So they're
right.
there and they're not happy, and so kids see a negative relationship versus a positive relationship.
That's true. That
That's
is
true.
true.
That's true. But that's the relationship between them as couple. It shouldn't have. I mean, I ain't gonna say it shouldn't affect the kids, but it should only affect the kids at a small percentage. But us as humans make it affect them at a large percentage. If we mad at him or he mad at her, then we just push. We treat the kids as an afterthought. Let's just be real. Like
I mean,
in the moment when we heated,
mm.
all of us has been guilty. I don't care who. You could be the perfect parent, whatever. She lying.
Not me.
You can be the perfect parent, but you can also be mad at your baby father, your baby mama in the moment, and you tell
Mhm.
them, "F him, get out. I don't want to talk to you no more. I don't care about you. You could fall off the cliff of the earth." But when you saying that, you're not thinking about the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that before.
You know
I've done
what I'm saying?
You
So,
can fly. The kids say, "You want that? No, I did
It's like, what you tell? Kill yourself.
yeah, honey. Or as my stepdad say, go play in traffic. Okay, go play in traffic.
not."
So yeah, I mean,
Oh man.
I agree with the list to an extent that I feel like it could actually enhance the probability of you dealing with it. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
every kid in the
Yeah.
world is going to do it or deal with it, but I think everything has factors, everything has percentages. It could enhance the
Hmm.
fact that you may not know how to be a communicator because you never see your dad and your mom communicate, or
Communicate.
that you deal with depression because you don't know how to express your feelings because your dad is not there to show you how to express it as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
I feel like it enhances it. Do I feel like that's the case for every child on the earth? No. But I feel like it could definitely be a factor in it. And sometimes I don't think we allow our kids to express that that's what it is. Like, I ain't gonna lie. It's been some times where I'm here for you. That's what matters.
Right.
I
Right.
I I went. I had my dad in the house. Okay, I had my mom and dad. Like I said, first 20 years they were together. They divorced pretty much after I left home. But my relationship with my dad wasn't good. I went through a lot of abuse, a lot of abuse. So I grew up with depression. So like I said, having a man in the house is one thing, but having that father figure is something entirely different. And
Mm,
I think when in life, like I said, I grew up, I had depression most of my life, but as I got older, my dad and I we started connecting. We started talking, and I had a conversation with him and asked him why was life how it was with me growing up. And I just had this conversation this year, mind you. I'm
mm,
45, and I
wow.
just had the conversation this year about my whole childhood and everything with him. And he just simply said that I did the best I could with what I knew
Mm.
and how I was raised. Um, that
Was that acceptable for you?
I wanted it to be. I
Mm-hmm.
really wanted it to be acceptable. But I forgave him. But then I had to sit back and look at my life and think, am I the perfect parent? No. Do I love my kids the way they want me to love them? Do what they want me to do? Treat them how they want me to treat them? No. Um, but do I believe he did the best he could with what he had? At times. But
Yeah.
like I said, there was them Friday nights. I ain't see them till Sunday. They partying all
Mm-hmm.
night and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But they were young. They were It's
Mhm.
no excuse, but they were young. They were in their 20s. They were in their 20s. So I say all that because it's a case by case basis with these kids. You can have fathers in
Mm-hmm.
the house. You can't have them you might not have them in the house. They can be good or they can be bad. You're gonna get to a point where you have to decide which way do I want my life to go. And is my
Right.
life set up to go that way? You know, do I have the right people in my life to help me navigate life, to come out of the bad spots, the depression or the anger? Because let's face it, who you have around you matters. It
That's
really
facts.
matters. Who you have around you matters. And if you don't have anybody around you and you got stuff going on, that's a lot of times that's not going to end up well. But if you have the
Mm-hmm.
right people around you when you got stuff
Mm-hmm.
going on, they can kind of direct you into a positive way.
Right.
I agree.
Right. I agree with that. I agree with
I
that.
agree.
So the percentage of absent fathers or present fathers, excuse me, continues to drop. Why do you think that is? So, social media, and just to put a little spin on it, social media and stuff, it makes it appears that this percentage is, going up, that more fathers are being present and things of that nature. But my research actually shows that it's not, it's decreasing.
Oh, damn. I actually
So
see
why do
more
you think
single
that
fathers
is?
lately. So
Because of COVID. I'm just
No.
they ain't got nothing else to do. I can't be
yeah.
outside. Let me be a daddy. We're
That's
gonna throw the
It's,
funny.
softball, little
it,
Johnny.
it's been cuffing season the last few years.
That boy, you ain't had no choice but to cuff, okay? Cuff or be alone, okay? No.
Alone.
I'm done. Go ahead, Devon.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm handling mine, so I can't even speak on that. I don't know.
Mm,
Mm,
mm.
I don't know why.
Mm.
So what are they
I
saying? They're saying more men are not in the home. More men are leaving.
More men are
no more
not
men.
being present. No, more men are
Oh,
not being
not being
present.
present.
More men.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
I thought it was being present. Oh,
No,
I read
No,
that wrong.
it's
Okay,
actually
my bad.
decreasing. Men are
more,
not being
more
like
men.
it's very little, but they said I think the percentage from 2019 said 65% are present, but just like 5 years ago it was up to like 72. So it's actually decreasing that they are
Hmm.
being present. Which I thought that was surprising to me because I thought after all these TikToks and Facebooks and statuses and women saying, "No, we want y'all to be followed," I thought that it would increase, but it's
So
actually
I just
decreasing.
I wondered, is it, I wonder where they're getting their statistics from.
That's
And
true
I only
too.
ask that because whenever, as a single mom that went in to apply for I'm ready to tell my business, to apply for food stamps and Medicaid and all that kind of stuff, I didn't put the daddy's name on there. They said, "Do you know where he at?" Hell no, give me this shit because I want it.
I'm
Doggone
done.
it.
Go
If I put
ahead.
his name on there, if I
You ain't
put
getting.
him on
You
there
ain't getting
and
it. You
say,
ain't getting it.
I'm not getting it.
You
Look,
ain't
and I
getting
ain't
it.
even getting the food stamps.
That's not how that works. But go ahead.
So you're saying,
But
are they
no, it
really not
does
in the
because,
house? Are they in the
huh?
house? Are they in the house? But because of the paperwork, you said they not in the house.
No, even if the dad is in house, I don't know about all states, but I do know in North Carolina, a lot of times, depending on who desk it runs across,
Hmm.
if the dad is not present, they're gonna try to take child support out on the daddy.
Now
And
that's
a
true.
lot of
They
the
do try to
times,
push child support.
the child support is gonna bring you over the limit. There's not a guarantee that the mom is gonna get child support
I was about to say they
because
only
the
bring you over the limit if you're getting it. It don't matter about the
yeah,
order.
that's
But
what
go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, so but I could get it the first 2-3 months and then not get it no more. And it makes it so that it's harder for people to qualify for things. So a lot of the times women will say they don't know who the baby daddy is. They don't know where he is.
I ain't never. You might make me choke. I ain't never said
I
that.
mean,
But go ahead.
so
Ooh.
I'm talking about on your paperwork. On your paperwork.
I ain't never qualified for nothing, so I don't know.
I qualify for Medicaid. I'm happy and proud, and
I
I
got
will
it the
be
Ethan's first 3 years.
every
That was it.
ever so happy that I qualified for Medicaid. Doggone it, that was the best thing that ever happened to me and my kids was Medicaid. But I did not put their daddy's name on anything, and his name is like on their birth certificate and everything. But I did not put his name on anything. And then the lady, she was asking me questions, and I was like, "Well, if I tell her that I do know who he is, I know where he is, if I get child support, more than likely they're not going to qualify for Medicaid. And I can't guarantee that this nigga is going to keep up with the insurance the way that he's supposed to, because he was quitting jobs and losing jobs left and right for like 3-4 years.
I took Ethan to appointments and found out at the appointment he didn't have no insurance.
Right. See, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Let's just keep this Medicaid.
Devon laughing, but it's real in these streets, okay?
Y'all look frustrated, boy.
Ooh, oh, I don't even care at this point. I'm in my life. He's just gonna do what he's gonna do. But at the time, yes, I was frustrated because I was a single parent, so it was rough.
It was fun. My baby daddy was like, I got some good insurance. I can put them on my insurance. No, they gonna keep this doggone Medicaid until I find me a job that has some good insurance that I can put them on my insurance. Now we got some good insurance. We don't care about Medicaid now. But no,
you say all that to say what?
He was in the house.
That's what my initial point was.
He was in the house.
You went off on a tangent. You went way on the tangent.
He was in the house. He was in the house.
At one point in time, he was. But for
he was right there.
The last couple of years, no. Oh, I know what I said.
Yeah. I was going back to our last week. We was talking about black people saying, I say all that to say this as well.
I said all of that to say this. I wonder, did they get their statistics based off of those things, or did they get their statistics based off of actually asking people, is the man present? And if you say the man is not present, what is your definition of not being present? Because some people's definition of not being present is he's not paying child support, or
which is not the case.
Which is not like if he's coming to pick up his child, who cares? He's not paying child support, or he pays child support and he gets them every other weekend. Yes, every other weekend, but he's still somewhat present in their life.
Right.
So I would like to know where the statistics come from.
You right.
We talking about black men or all men?
I think that was that was black men.
Okay.
Yeah, that was black men. It wasn't all men. Yeah. I made sure I typed in black men. But yeah, that was black men. But yeah, statistics is always a little weird because this just based on a case study and the information they can gather. That is definitely true. So y'all feel like it's wrong that it's actually more fathers are being more present in 2022? More black fathers? Excuse me, let me be specific.
I want to say yeah, but you still see, for me, I think a lot of black men are stepping up and doing more of their lives now than before. But by the same token, I see a lot of black women still surpassing them by leaps and bounds and doing so much more. So if that statistic is true, I'm thinking maybe it's true because a lot of black women out here, like, we got our stuff together. We don't need you. We got it without you. So you gonna cut up, I'ma holler at you, bye. So that may be the reason if the statistic is true. So I don't know. I've been there, so I'm out of this. Whatever.
I think what makes it weird for me being somebody who co-parents with someone that's not in my household. Sometimes in my situation, I can't speak for everybody. When he thinks he's stepping up, it's the little parts where he's stepping up. But when he actually needs to step up, he's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
What you say? That little stuff you doing, you think you.
Which I'm not knocking the little stuff by no means. I'm not locking it like by no means, but it's like it's no consistency, I guess, is my thing. Like I'm not trying to badmouth nobody, but I'm just saying like it's not consistent, I guess. And it's
I get it. I get what you're saying, Sunshine. I get
I'm trying hard not to badmouth nobody. I really am.
Work with the brother.
Over here, I'm sweating.
Listen, I would badmouth my baby daddy the same way that I badmouth my real daddy, is because I done had the conversations with both of them, and both of them already know how I feel about it, how I feel about them, the situations and everything. So I can have this conversation. Nigga, all you have to do is the bare minimum. I'm kicking out $2,000-$3,000 a month on these kids, whether it's the lights, the water, the rent, the food, everything. And all I ask you to do is to pick them up after school. And then you want to ask me, can I buy you some groceries so you can make them some spaghetti? Like,
it was the vibe face for me. I saw.
like,
No.
I'm doing everything. And you can't do the bare minimum? Like,
he ain't asked you that, did he? Man, he could have taken the
Not
mama house
lately.
and got mama to make some spaghetti.
That's a whole different topic, baby. That's a whole different topic. Because we over there still dealing with demons that we didn't want to go to therapy for because black men don't go to therapy. We too strong for therapy.
That part.
Hey, we been conditioned. I stand up for my black man.
You right. You go ahead and say what you're saying, but you right.
Let's go ahead now. We been conditioned that a strong black man, you don't deal with feelings, you don't talk about feelings, you do what you gotta do, you shut up, smile, grin, bear it, do what you gotta do. We've been
with that is some of them saying that, but they ain't doing what they gotta do. No,
you're right.
We're not gonna do that.
So can I ask you something?
Let me go to the comments real quick. I'm sorry. I did a terrible job at comments last week. So I had somebody ask me, say, you could have read my comment. I didn't see it. I promise.
Sorry, whoever it was.
They said you could have said something about my comment. I really didn't see it. I promise. Yolanda said hello. Thanks, Yolanda, for joining per usual. Sam said, I love that. Who you have area you matters. I'm sorry. Who you have in your area matters is what I'm guessing he's trying to say. Positive energy majority of the time will help push you to be better. That is fact.
Yeah.
He said, no, not because of COVID. Yes, COVID. Yes, COVID. He's with men's mental health, a lot of men are taking themselves out thinking they are not enough. It doesn't make it right though. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. And then he said, I see a lot of black stepfathers stepping up more.
I do.
That's fact.
So that's why I didn't think that statement was true, because I do see a lot of more men stepping up and doing what they're supposed to do. But that may just be because my circle, even though I feel like it's huge, is still a small percentage of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's facts. So what can be done to break the cycle of absent fathers? That's from both sides. What do you think women can do better to break it, and what can men do better to break it? Both sides.
Chess, I'll let you go with that one. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chaz. Go ahead.
So I feel like men, the same Google that women use to find out things, men can use that same Google to find out their rights and everything to their kids. So utilize Google, utilize the internet, utilize social media. There are a lot of TikTok videos, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, Twitter. Even though people say social media is horrible, social media is also beneficial if you learn how to use it the right way. And people don't always use it the right way. But if you use it the right way, you can learn things and you can figure out things to navigate around the system. Men, keep fighting. Know your rights. If that's your child, you have a right to your child, even outside of child support. And in a lot of states, child support and custody is not in the same court. Do your Googles.
Right.
Women, if it's okay that you didn't make it together, still let that man be a father to that child. And a lot of women, even though I do know a lot of women that allow men, their kids' fathers, to be in their lives, I also do know a lot of women that try to make the relationship work. It's not going to work, baby. It's not going to work.
Let it go.
Just let it go. Let him be the daddy that he wants to be to the child. And even if it's not persistent, even if it's not the way that we want it, it's still allow them to make the little bit of memories that they have. Who cares that they went to a Crossroads and ate a bologna sandwich? That's what they did. And in the end, they may grow up and be 30 years old, and that may be something that they remember for the rest of their life.
Right.
Like, just let them have those little bit of memories.
Yeah.
Even though we think that, oh, all you did was take them to McDonald's and get a Happy Meal. Who cares? They're going to remember. My daddy used to take me to McDonald's, get a Happy Meal. Let them have their moments. You don't have to be there, boo. You don't have to be there.
You don't. You don't. What about you, Devon?
Is that a burnt fried bologna sandwich with a little mustard?
It's got
Hey.
it's gotta be burned with a little mustard, a little Deuce mayonnaise, okay?
Hey, you got the
Nah,
credit. You got the credit.
look, and it better be Dukes. I want no other kind of mayonnaise.
That's right. You better not bring none of the other. It got to be Deuce, okay?
Thinking to my mama, what is this? That's not Duke. It's Miracle Whip, Mom. What? You been in the city
Miracle
too
Whip
long.
for fried nothing, okay? That's not for
Better
fried
be-
nothing. But go ahead, Devon. I'm
Make
sorry.
sure it's Dukes. What can be done to break the cycle of absent fathers? I'm a. Excuse me. I'm a,
Okay. Okay.
You're like, I ain't absent fathers. I don't know what to say. Go
no,
ahead.
no,
Right.
I got you. For me, I'm gonna take it to a foundational truth. Check who you get with. Check who you get with.
Explain.
If you want to break the cycle, you don't want to break it after the fact. Break it before it begins.
Yeah.
Know who you're gonna get with. Before you lay down and sleep with a person, ask yourself, do I really want to have a baby by this person? Because that's the risk you're running. What will life look like? What will life look like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if we do have a child? Is this dude father material? I mean, I know he fine, I know he's sexy, I know he got all this right now, but is he
Mhm.
father material? What do I
Probably
know
not.
about this person? What I know about
You
his
right.
life? What do I know about his past? Do I know anything about, man, what I know about her? I know she cute. I know she look good and all this, but when she take everything off, who is this person? I mean,
Right.
who is this person? Is this person that's gonna ride for me? Is she really gonna ride for
Mhm.
me? What type of
Mhm.
relationship do we have? That's how you break it. That's how you
Yeah.
break it. You don't
You
break
right.
it. You don't break it on the way to the courtroom. You're not.
Mm.
You're not gonna
Facts.
break. You're not gonna break it there. Um.
You
So
preaching. Go ahead.
you break it by stopping it before it ever begins. You know,
That
you sit
part.
sit back and analyze where you're at in your life and where you headed. Is where I'm headed. Is this the person that I'm about to do this with? Can they go where I'm headed? You know,
Mm.
know, know yourself. Know yourself and know what it is you want and where your life is
Mhm.
going. A lot of people have gotten into situations because they didn't know who, including me, they didn't know who they were. They out having a
Mhm.
little fun. They didn't know themselves. They didn't know their
Right.
potential. They didn't know where their life
Live it
would
in the
lead at.
moment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you really sit down, like my mom used to say, sit your ass down somewhere and be still. go go sit down somewhere and be still. When you sit down and be
Mhm.
still and you do you analyze your life, it'll help you make wiser decisions. So you won't
Mhm.
have to end up in the courtroom. You won't have to be there. Now for the people who
Right.
already done that and they at that spot where it's too late for that, communication.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Communication. A lot of times grown up communication can stop a war before it happens.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's facts.
go to that woman, go to that man. Don't go to him mad. Don't go to him angry. Get the courts out of your business. Go and
Mhm.
sit down and have a real conversation. And a lot of times that will stop a lot of stuff before it starts. So
Right.
communication is knowing yourself, and communication I think will really help
Yeah.
solve a lot of issues that we have before it happens.
That's
I
facts.
agree.
That's
Yeah.
facts. And being more realistic about the situation will solve it as well. Like we know when we messing with these little dudes in the street or these females in the street, they ain't perfect material. Let's just be
Mhm.
real. It's
Right.
fun. We in the moment.
Fun.
It
Mhm.
feel good. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
And
Out
we
here
living
listening
in
to Drake.
not Drake.
Mhm.
Um, but it's like that's
Drake
why
ain't
I thought
smashing nothing. He humping. Go ahead. My bad. My bad.
that's why I fought. Okay, I can't. I'm trying to move on. That's why I fought women at. I'm laughing so I can concentrate.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Um,
I got it together.
But that's where I fought women at. A lot of women like to say that I was having fun as well, and
Mm,
I got pregnant, and I had the child, and I did what I had to do, and then we expect the male to do the same thing. But
mm,
reality is, people grow and learn and spurt in different moments.
mm.
So you knew when you laid down with him, he was sorry at that moment. So why do you feel like he all of a sudden
Can become
gonna
a
be
good man,
good when you have a
a,
baby?
Because
a good
I was
man.
sorry too. I was sorry too,
But
maybe.
that's your story. That's not
Maybe.
theirs. But that's your story.
So
That's not theirs.
I feel like everything that Devon said was really good. It was very amazing advice that we should give to people.
I feel like that.
However, a lot of the times whenever a lot of the times whenever we have kids, I chose to have my kids in my later 20s, almost
Mm,
30s, because I absolutely did not want kids. I wanted to have fun. I enjoyed my 20s.
mm,
Um, a lot of people have kids in their early 20s because they are in love, and they're in love at that time at 20, and even 18, 19, and 20 is different from in love at 30. And
But
the
you don't know
advice
that
that
in the
you
moment.
gave, huh?
You don't know that in the moment.
I know that. So a lot of the times people live in the moment. So the advice is great for somebody that has kind of grew out of the moments type of
mm,
situations and kind of are more thoughtful about the things that they do versus us in our early 20s. We didn't think, and we thought in the moment, and in the moment, this is my guy. I love this man, and I want to be with him forever. We're going to be together forever. And we lay down and we have a child, and a lot of times the woman ends up growing and the man stops growing. Sometimes the man ends up growing and the woman stops growing. You just never know. um it's just
That's my,
it's kind of hard to give that advice because people just learn different.
yeah, but
And you know,
that's my point in the comment though, is that we live in a life as women expecting a man to live the life the same way. You can't do that. You can't
the
live a
same way that
life
we
for a
live.
man. You can't live a life for a man. You can't live a life that knowing that, hey, I'm
No, I
being
ain't never done
fun
that.
right now. But you know what? If it happens, if I happen to get pregnant, if I happen to have
Nope.
to become a parent, he gonna know exactly what I'm doing. That's not gonna be the case. Like
Mm-mm.
we have to take responsibility for our part. We knew that he was just living his free life in the moment. Then you can be upset in the long run, but you have to take responsibility knowing that he was sorry before you got pregnant.
So I get what you're saying, but why can't sorry ass men take the responsibility of putting a condom on or getting a vasectomy? Like a lot of the times, and even right now, you just went back to pointing the blame on women, which is what a
No,
lot of men do.
I'm not pointing the blame. I'm saying self-reflect in our part.
I
I'm not
understand that.
saying that.
Look,
I'm not saying point to blame. I'm just saying, and no matter what, both of y'all are living your life and both of y'all being free. Me, I had a child and living free and living life. I'm not saying it don't happen. I'm just saying that yes, we're supposed to hold men accountable for their part. Yes, because I do that on a daily basis. But we also got to stop always blaming 100% on them.
yeah, I agree with that.
I
I
agree
agree
with
with
you
that.
too.
You
I
know what
agree
I'm
with you
saying?
too.
We
Yeah,
100%. We 100%.
I
A
agree
lot
with
of
you.
women don't want to. A lot
I
of
agree
women
with
don't
you.
want to admit it, but a lot of women 100% just blame it on the man when we knew they would start from the get go.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't do that. I did it at first, but as I done grewed up, I learned that a lot of my stuff, a lot of my
But
issues was
wait,
my issues, baby.
my thing is,
I done
my
grewed
thing,
up.
my if I'm gonna keep it a buck with you,
Yes,
how
please.
many of these kids were planned?
Mine won't. Tequila,
22%.
vodka, and Hennessy. Vodka and
How many?
Hennessy. I ain't
How
gonna
many were
lie.
planned?
22%.
So you said when you laying down, you love, you planning out your future. How many of these kids was really playing? They won't.
That
They
part.
they
You
won't
right?
really play it.
That
We might have talked about
We.
it while we were sitting there rubbing on each
I
other.
don't know too many men in their 20s who say, you know what, we about to plan on having this kid right now.
Mm-mm.
It's been a
No,
lot. It's been a few.
mm,
Mm.
might trying to trap you. You might
Listen,
have had a lot of money or
they
something.
might didn't mean it. They
They
didn't mean it at the moment. There's been a few that have said.
But was women being matter? But was women being matter of fact about it?
Chelsea, you talking about somebody pull out game.
Because both sides,
That's what you
women
talking
don't want
about.
to admit it, but both sides be telling what the other person want to hear. Point
Well, I'm
blank.
gonna go ahead and tell you. Somebody tell me, baby, I want you to have my kids. No, the fuck you don't. No, I'm done. This is closed, baby. This is closed. Ain't no more kids coming out of here.
Oh man.
Oh man, this is a great conversation, and I don't want to come off that I'm women shaming by no means, but I also want women to take more accountability in our part.
I do. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I also want men to have
most
accountability
definitely.
that
Most
a lot
definitely.
of times they ain't shit, and a lot
You're
of men
right.
they will they will do this thing where they be like, oh, I don't like condoms, but nigga, put on a damn condom. Stop
My
putting on
thing
the
is,
magnums that stinks and that's too big for y'all.
Slapping a lot.
It's like this, and the condom doing all this. Stop it. Put on a lifestyle. If that's what you're supposed to have on, put on a lifestyle. You can't say I wrapped up, but then trying to figure out why you got a chalice because the child was able to float through the magnums.
Devon, stop her, Devon. Stop her.
We going
You
far
tell the
left.
truth, though.
Hold up. Reel it back in. Reel it back in.
Let me go to the comments. Maybe the
God.
comments are really back in. Maybe
Wait,
the
I'm listening. Okay.
Okay. Sam said, if everyone dang, why she moved? She left. If everyone keeps the betterment of the child at hand, it will come together. We will have to drop our expectation of what is best and work on what is actually best for the child. That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Well,
He also said you was preaching. So you did something, right? He said you was preaching. He said he's putting so much truth out. I hope somebody hears it. Carl, aka my dad, said I don't hear a lot of men defining the role of a mom because we don't have the knowledge it takes to be one. But you hear ladies defining a good father all the time. That's facts.
yeah.
That's facts.
It was something you said a minute ago. Oh yeah, you said as women you have to hold men to a higher standard.
That's facts.
I don't it's I think it's true for you guys, but for a man, I think it really takes another man to hold a man to a higher standard.
That's true too.
Um
Mhm.
but most men, I was always taught you should always have somebody in your life uh that's mentoring you and somebody in your life that you are mentoring to
Mhm.
let that flow of knowledge to continue to go. So for men, I think it's better when a real man holds a man to a higher level of accountability versus a female trying to hold them to a higher
You
level
right.
of accountability. Because a lot of time a man be like, you don't know what it takes to be a man. Um,
Right.
for a woman to try to hold me to a level of accountability, my mom could do it because it's my mom. My mom could do it to my mom. But if my dad steps in the picture and says, and brings that to me, it hits different.
Yeah.
It hits different when a man comes to me to hold me to a higher level of accountability than a woman come to me hold me. No disrespect for women,
Right.
but I'm a man trying to be a better man. And if I see a man further down that road that has that wisdom, that has that knowledge, and I place myself under that mentorship, it's only going to help make me a better man. And then, like
Right.
I said, no slight to women, but more men need to step up and hold other men accountable.
That's facts.
I agree.
That is facts.
I agree. And I actually kind of want to tell a story that I had happened to me the other day. So one thing that me and Carter went back and forth about in this house is a lot of people say because he's the oldest that he's the man of the house. I've never told him that he's the man of the house. But I do tell him that he is the oldest and he needs to be a leader to his brother. Um, but we had a conversation about that and I took that back. But anyway, the other day I had a knock at the door. It was a Kirby vacuum cleaner guy. Typically wouldn't have let this person in because both of the boys was here that day. But for some reason I allowed him to come in and he was freaking amazing to them. Like he sold me the vacuum cleaner. Like he was that doggone good with the
You ain't bought that
kids that I
vacuum
brought
cleaner,
the
did
vacuum
you?
cleaner.
You
I
bought a
did.
Kirby.
I didn't know they still selling those on the
Hey
street. But
man.
go ahead.
Listen, but he was so good with them, and it was like just little conversations that he was having with them, and it was things that I had already told them. But the fact that it came from a man that they actually liked, because they ended up connecting like on music and the game systems and just different things. So they had connections with us talking with him, showing us things, and they was listening to things that he said. So the next day, after he had left, the next day Carter got up. Carter did all his chores without me asking at all whatsoever. And I said, Carter, what made you do your chores? And he was like, well, the guy's name was Justin, but he told us that he's also a rapper, which is something that they connected with him on. But his stage name was Bam Bam. And he was like, well, Bam Bam said that I was the oldest in the house and that I should make sure that you have it easy and you don't have to work too hard. And I just want to make sure that you don't have to work too hard. So I did all of this stuff for you. Carter did everything that he was supposed to do. Everything that I tell him to do every day that I have to fuss and fight with him about. This man came in here for 30 minutes and told him that, and he
Don't that
has
make you
been doing
mad?
it ever since. It pisses me off, but I'm happy that he came in here and he done it. And then he also sent me a message, and he was like, just make sure that they continue to be the good kids that they are, blah blah, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. But it makes me happy that he did come in and he wasn't afraid to tell them what they needed to hear. But it also pisses me off that I've been telling y'all the same shit.
That
and y'all didn't want to hear it from me.
It's different. A man wants the love and respect of a woman. Don't get me wrong. They want the love and respect of a woman, but they will. It hits different when you get the respect of another man. It just it hits different. A man that you respect, when you live your life to a place where your mentor or a man you respect can give you respect, it's different. It's so much different, and a man needs that. So, like I said, it's no disrespect to women, because I love to make my mama proud and see her smile. But when I can look at my dad's face and can ask, did I do good? I want that validation. Did I do good? Did I make you proud while I'm out here, living my life? So yeah, I mean, like I said, no disrespect to all these great women out here that are doing a wonderful job, but a man needs that respect and validation from another man that they doing good.
Do you think it's because women are more nurturing and we're going to love y'all regardless? We're going to love our kids regardless. And men, they tend, even though men love their kids, they do tend to sometimes, I guess, be a little bit harder and be like, yeah, you got a B, but you can get an A.
Yeah,
we're more like, oh, baby, you got a B, yay.
Well, don't get me wrong. You need that balance. You need both of them, because you just can't have tough love from a man without having that nurturing love from a mom. You just that's because that would lead to the type of men that women complain about. You don't never show your feelings. You don't never show me the kind of love I want. You know, so you want, and likewise, you don't want a man who just got all the nurturing from the mom and not that from the male. Because what y'all say about them? Go no, don't get quiet now. What you say about them?
Mama's boys.
They ain't got that little thug you won't do the Chastity. They ain't got it, dude.
Chastity do say she need that thug, don't she? She said every week. She said every week.
Just a little bit of thug. Just a little bit thug. Don't be all sensitive.
But we asked Chastity what that meant. What, last week or the week before, and she couldn't explain it.
She didn't want to
explain it. Because I didn't want to.
She could explain it. She didn't want to explain it. Not on the air.
This hair is real, baby. Pull it from the scalp.
You know what? I did.
Chastity said, if you know, you know. You know.
Comment said, I agree. Every man has to have a mentor. It also said he must have been fine her whole type. He got her with a kid. He goes the boy's new
He wasn't.
stepdaddy out there.
No, it's funny. So it's funny because Biscuit was like, "You should like my mama." Biscuit don't like nobody, y'all. He don't like nobody.
He don't.
But he was younger than me, but he took the time with them, and it was really great.
Right.
To the
Time and
point.
everything.
To the point that one of the things that I instill in my kids, if we have anything that we can give away, we're gonna give it away. It's not about making money about things. And so the boys had came in and said something about some game systems and something that I had been fussing with them about for a long time. I can tell y'all off the air. I don't want to put it all out in the business.
Mhm.
But anyway, the guy, he's told Biscuit something that I had been saying for a long time. Don't be telling everybody your business because people come in, try to steal, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. So he told a story about what had happened to him. So we had an extra Xbox in the house.
Mhm.
And Biscuit was like, well, you know what? If that happened to you, I got my Xbox and you can have my Xbox.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
He got the Xbox. I gave it to him.
He got the Xbox and sold the vacuum cleaner.
Right, that point. Let's move on. This is not the lesson we want to put out there. On
Oh, look,
no,
you
but
know he was fine.
No, he really wasn't. He really wasn't. He looked like Lil Wayne. He wasn't fine.
Hey, Lil Wayne got Lauren. Never mind. Go ahead.
He really wasn't fine, and I really wasn't interested in him. I really appreciated the time that he took with my kids.
Yeah.
I wasn't that Xbox was gonna sit up in the closet forever. I gave it to him. I don't care about that damn Xbox. Biscuit don't care about that damn Xbox. He can have it.
That's too much news. What? Okay, so Tierra said, okay, I'm laughing. Tierra said, I love that story that shows the need for positive Black male mentors. I hope more young boys have the chance to be community like that without asking, without prompting, just simply because we all want it better. And then she said, never mind, I'll take it back.
You got an Xbox and sold the vacuum cleaner.
No.
And then Sam said she has to be one of this busy. You doing the most?
Never. Yo, I am a very giving person.
Did you make him a bologna sandwich? That's what I want to know. Did you make him a bologna
sandwich?
No. He gonna move in next week. That's what's
no, the fuck he ain't. He's young. No, not interested. Y'all, the Xbox was gonna be here. Most people would have tried to get money for it. I don't care about the money. I really don't care.
Okay, moving on. I'm gonna move on. I want to get y'all point of view on this video that I found on TikTok.
Oh no.
Hey ladies, do you want to know the real issue that men have with child support? You chasing him, begging him, and he's upset because he has to pay? The real issue is not the child supports per se. It's the idea that they have to keep paying money to a woman that they no longer are having sex with. Because men instinctively know that they have to pay for sex one way or another one. And for them to have to keep giving money to someone that they no longer have sexual access to burns them alive. That's why they're always talking about, she's gonna do this with the money, she's gonna do that with the money. They don't want to keep paying for pussy they ain't getting no more.
I agree. I want your thoughts, Devon. I will put you on spot first, Devon. What do you feel about that video?
I agree.
I paid my child support.
Was you getting the buns?
Yeah, part.
Oh my god.
Yeah, part.
Wow. I've never heard it put that way. Oh gosh. For me, no. Let me see.
You think about it hard.
He like, did I get it that 1 September?
Think about that thing.
Did you pay your child support with a hip hub late night at midnight the next week?
No, they hit me up. They hit me
Okay.
up. They playing no
Okay,
games.
Okay.
No, but mm,
I got him
I can
processing.
I can see I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. But especially if another nigga hitting it. Oh God, no. Oh, kill. No.
Oh, you
No.
lying?
No. No. No.
You over there like
Go
I gotta be
It took
strong for the
you too
brothers. I gotta
go
be
long.
to
strong for the
go go
brothers.
Right.
go to commercial break. Come
Okay,
back,
what do
Slippy.
you think?
I feel like the video is a little bit ratchet, but I feel like it's a little bit true. I'm not gonna lie. If men are sexually satisfied, they don't give a f what they gotta do.
I don't know. I paid my child support. That's all I know. I paid
You
mine.
know what?
Shoot.
You sound like
Because
at
you
the
getting the
church. You know, I pay
buzz
my
when you was paying
tithes,
your
so I
trust.
can
I,
need
I,
to.
I paid my.
But look, people that say I'm paying my tithes, so I don't care. They get their blessing. So was you getting the buzz when you was paying?
Maybe in the beginning.
See?
Maybe in the beginning, but I did it all. I did it all that. Um, I think it can be true. It can be true. I think it can be true. Yeah. A
So
lot of
you-
men talking
so
about, she ain't using money for the child. She just using it for herself. But at the end of the day, I believe a man don't probably want to pay child support just because either one, maybe he ain't got the money, or he just
selfish.
or he bitter, or he bitter.
Better. That's
He
true.
could be
Hmm.
a lot of men are bitter. A lot of people are bitter women. A lot of bitter men out there too. There's a lot of bitter
That's
men because
true.
if you're thinking about the child, like for me, I did not want to get put on child support. I didn't. Like, oh, why you put me on child support?
That's a
But
omen
that's
in the black
but
community.
that's because I was taking care of my kid. I
Mm.
was taken care of. Whatever they need, I bought it. So child support, they put me on child support because they were bitter. They were mad, upset. And I'm like, you can put me on child support when I'm taking care of. I'm doing more for the child now than what child support would actually give you to do.
Offer. Right.
So I'm like, if you do this, I'm cutting you. I'm cutting you. And they did. So I
Mm.
cut them off.
Mm.
I mean, for my daughter, I mean, I was doing everything. And the mom got mad, and she was just done. So put me on child support. I said, okay, so that's the route you're going. That's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get. So when my daughter came adult, like I said, she in Europe now. I paid for her like housing and all that stuff. It's just like $20,000 for school. And
Mm.
I'm like, girl, I mean, she's in Europe living it up. Pay
What
for
school
all of
you
that.
going to? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, but it didn't have anything to do with a mom. So a lot of men, like you said,
Mm.
to your point, if you can get over what's going on with you and the woman and focus
Right.
on what you need to do for the child, you wouldn't be
Hmm.
bitter. You wouldn't be worried about who's smashing your ex and nothing like that because you moved on.
Right.
But a lot of times people talk about women who don't move on. A lot of men don't move on. A lot of
Facts.
them don't move
That's
on.
true.
Facts. If I being honestly, a lot of men have a harder time moving on, even though they don't want to admit it.
It's tough for a man,
Mm-hmm.
especially a man who shared his secrets with you, his
Mm-hmm.
his heart with you, his
Mm-hmm.
secrets with you. If
Secrets.
y'all split up and go your way, you carrying that with you.
Mm-hmm.
You got stuff on that man. You got his secrets. You got his
Yeah.
heart, and that's vulnerable. He's vulnerable to you for
Mm-hmm.
that. So he probably hates you, probably bitter. It ain't really about who smashing or not. He ain't smashing. I don't think he probably won't know who better.
Or he worried about who you gonna tell his secrets to.
Who he gonna tell your secrets to? So
Mm-hmm.
men don't like to be vulnerable.
They
So
don't.
if you are
They
ex
don't.
and you are ex and you carrying some of his secrets, it ain't gotta be nothing bad, but secrets of his heart.
Yeah.
Baby.
You can push buttons. You can push buttons.
Mm-hmm.
He know he
That's
gave you the
true.
power to do that.
Facts.
So
Facts.
a lot of time men are
That's
bitter.
true. I
And
understand that
women
because I
use
done
that to
seen
an
some women.
advantage.
Right,
And
that's what I was
will
about to say. I
and
done
will.
seen some women. I be like, girl, I did not need to know that.
But they
Why
will
did you
put
bring
all
this
those
up?
vulnerabilities out. Facts.
All out there.
All out there.
All out there.
But no, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do
Go
it.
ahead.
Okay, so yeah, I
Go ahead.
understand.
Go ahead.
No,
Go
because
ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, men sometimes a lot of men they will go out and tell secrets to their
Mhm.
woman or whatever, and then
Mhm.
they be the first ones to be like, "You old Buffalo Bill back linebacker bitch."
But women do the same thing. I'm gonna be the devil. I'm gonna be the devil advocate. As long as women is getting what they need from that so-called relationship, we
Right.
are good. But as soon as a man do something outside of that, we do the
Uh,
same damn
But
thing.
you done sat out here and called me a linebacker for the Buffalo Bills. Yes, I'm about to tell what happened to you whenever you was 3 years old.
And
Doggone it, you done pissed me off. You called me a whole linebacker. Doggone it. I'm about to tell how your mama was a crackhead.
oh
that
Lord,
part,
no.
that part, women really in reality, men and women are both shady in the same sense. It's just
They
women is
really
better.
are. We
Women
all
are
are.
better at it. That's not really all it is. Women are just better at it.
But you wonder why men don't open up and share. That's why. Because they know at some point you run the risk of going your separate ways. If you open up and share, they got that. They got that for life.
But
They
No,
got it.
especially you
but
called me a linebacker.
but
That's why
but if
I'm saying what
men
I said.
approach a situation in the reality of what it is, it wouldn't happen as much.
Yeah, that's
Men
true.
too busy thinking about what's gonna happen, what's gonna please them in the moment that they don't think about the long term.
They better stop telling so much. That's all I know.
No,
My-
so I don't want to
my-
say don't stop telling so much because I feel like a lot of men hold back and they hold back to the point where they can't even tell a woman that they are interested in them or love them if they are
Which is stupid. Yeah.
in a relationship and they don't want to tell them that they love them, that they're interested in them, and blah 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 and all this kind of stuff. Men hold back so much, then whenever the woman stops giving a damn or a fuck about you or
Mm,
them,
yeah.
then they want to come in like, oh, I mean, I thought we was gonna get married.
The
No,
the
let's
problem is the reality of the problem is women go into a situationship giving all that they can to keep a man.
Mm-hmm.
not me.
Men go into a situationship giving what I need to do to get her in the moment.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Never
And
mind.
it
I take
becomes
that
a
back.
problem.
Maybe that is
And
me.
it becomes a problem on both sides. Let's just be real. Like for
Mhm.
real. Let's be real. Like men like, hey, I'm just thinking about what I need to do to get her in the bed in this moment. I'm gonna tell her what I need to do. I'm gonna be vulnerable because I think I need to be in this moment. But women also ignore the factors of what a man is giving them and then be mad at them because they didn't get what they needed from the situation.
I
Mm.
like that. I like that.
Let's just
I
be
like,
real. Like, if we're
I
going to
like
be
that.
accountable, let's be accountable on both sides. Let's be accountable on all parts. Men say shit they shouldn't do. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. Women do stuff they shouldn't do.
Yeah. But
I'm like, let's be
speak,
real.
speaking just to the men, y'all better stop. I wouldn't tell them nothing. I ain't telling you nothing. I'm not. You see what happened to Samson? I ain't sharing nothing. I ain't sharing. I ain't sharing nothing. I ain't telling you
No,
nothing.
you have to share
Nah,
though.
hell no.
No,
Hell
you
no.
only
Hell
have to
no.
share if it's his purpose for the moment.
My
Yeah,
grandma
for
said you don't tell.
moments. Yeah, for
My grandma
moments. Yeah,
told me, son, you don't tell everybody everything. You just
Right.
that's
don't
true.
tell. You don't tell everybody everything. Assess the situation for what it is.
Right.
If this is not
And be
somebody,
honest about it.
yeah, if this is not
Right.
somebody I'm trying to spend the rest of my life with, I ain't telling you nothing. It is what I ain't,
Right.
what I'm supposed to. I ain't gonna tell you nothing to get you in bed. I mean, because if you ain't doing it, who next? And keep
Right.
and keep them moving. But you don't
But
give
women
secret.
also have to read that moment.
Yeah, you don't
Women
give it.
also have to be more responsible for reading that moment.
Nah, you don't get the
I'm trying
secrets
to
of your
see it
heart.
from both sides. I'm just saying, I'd have been that woman who
Mm-mm.
didn't read it, but expected something that the person didn't give.
Or a lot of time women think they can change somebody. They
Oh,
think they can change somebody. Oh, I'm gonna make him a good dude. Well, if you turn a thug into a good dude, you ain't gonna want him no more because you fell in love with the thug anyway. Not the good dude. Not the good dude. You can come from a thug to somebody weak. I can't believe it. Well, you changed me. Well, you want no man no way. So nah, don't nah. Let it be what it is. My thing is just let it be what it is. And
as Tierra said, tell me everything. Take a risk.
shit. That's playing that's playing Russian roulette. I ain't taking that risk. No, 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 no. Okay, yeah, uh.
You made me laugh.
Look, that's you take that risk on somebody that you're like, okay, I can see forever with this person. Then that's when you start taking risks. And initially, you're just filling somebody out though. Initially, you're just gonna fill them out. I wouldn't say anything that can get what I want in the moment. Just see what it is, because what you want in the moment might not be what you want in the long run.
Right. You right. I lost my little lighting. Where Chastity go?
Chestnut jumped off. She went to go find that Xbox.
Oh my god, that's good. That's good.
Chestnut went to find that Xbox.
Oh my god. Well, there she go. I was like, we done lost you all the way. What happened?
Girl, internet went out. The whole internet went out. So I'm on my phone.
That's all right. That's all right. Tier also said we can change men though. LOL. Then he presents the new him or to another woman
No, I'm
sometimes.
still working. It's
Do
not
you
But
gonna
think
yeah.
work.
you? Do you think you whispering? Did you not?
Sorry. I thought that I had put it on mute.
I
My
agree
bad.
with I agree with Tierra. A lot of times a woman can be with a man and they go through a whole lot together and end up going separate ways. And the next woman he get with, he's a
Mm-hmm.
lot more mature.
That's
He's a
fact.
lot more mature because he done grown through the situation with the previous one. He done
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot of things, and by
Facts.
that time, a part of him probably wants to do better because he realized he done lost a good woman and don't want to take the risk of losing another good woman. So he
Facts.
changes his ways. He sees the errors and his mistakes, and unfortunately for the woman that he lost, yeah, she might look at him and say, "Damn, he a good man. I turned him to a good man." But yeah, it's a lot of times that's how it goes.
I was like,
Speaking,
did I really turn you into a good man? Yeah, I feel like people change for who they want to change for.
Facts.
And I don't think that even though I feel like a lot of women take responsibility for a man being the man, a lot of the times men just change for who they want to change for. Even if the
Okay.
woman ain't worth the damn.
a lot of time men they need to change for themselves. Can you change for somebody else? I
That
I,
yeah,
ca-
it
I
ain't gonna
can't
last anyway.
I can't see that being a lasting change. You have to make
Right.
that change because it's something that you want to do. Now
Mm,
sometimes a lot of men like, I'm gonna make that change because it's what I want to do. But at the same time, they don't want to lose who they have, and
Right.
they're able to sit down and realize this is a change I need to make. I do.
Right.
I was
yeah,
that
that's
person.
true.
I was horrible in a relationship. Then I moved on and got to the next one. I realized hindsight 2020. I look back and I was like, I can see how I was immature.
Mm-hmm.
I can see how I wasn't ready for what she was ready for, and that's
Right.
why she walked away because I was
Right.
immature. My thinking wasn't on the level that hers was. She was ready to build a life, and I was just chilling. Not that I was a bad person, but I wasn't on the level that she was on. So by the time I got into the next relationship, I was like I was able to take a lot of things I learned, and yeah, I was better for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a big believer that people are in your life for a reason. So that person may be in your life to teach you a teach you a lesson, but person may be in your life to be a blessing.
Hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? I feel like, everybody in your life is in your life for a reason, and we have to navigate or see that in the perspective of what it is. So I don't disagree that a woman or a man can come in your life and they're gonna make you be a better person, because I feel like that can happen. You
You,
right,
you, you
Chess?
you okay?
Yeah.
I
I'm
thought you
trying to
were
clean my
crying.
camera and the stand failed. I'm good. I'm good. My internet is out, y'all. My internet is out. I'm using my phone. I was trying to clean
It's
the
all right.
phone.
It's all right. That's all right. Uh, Sierra said we can't we can change men though. Then he presents the new him to another woman. Sometimes that's facts.
Yeah.
That's that's on
I,
women and men. That's on women and men.
I
Um,
agree.
P- Sam said people only change for themselves. That's also sometimes true. I feel like
I,
sometimes people.
so,
I feel like
yeah.
sometimes people can change because they realize they have to change for the moment.
Yeah, they want to be better. They want to be. Sometimes it takes somebody coming in your life showing you what better looks like for
Right.
you to want to be better. Because unless you go somewhere and you stay stuck in your little city the whole time, you're not gonna know what else is out there. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people introduce new
That's
experiences in
true.
your life that makes you want to, step up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Chaz. What was you about to say?
I was gonna say some of these people be changing and don't even really be changing. They just be out here faking for the
That's
man
true
or the
too.
woman,
That's true
Shoot.
too.
and
Like
it's not really them.
be
That's
Like,
true
yourself.
too.
be you. If you a
Life too
hoe, be a
short.
hoe.
Life too
You
short.
ratchet,
Better
be
be yourself.
ratchet.
Ain't nothing wrong with a stone cold freak. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I
7
feel
days
like
a
a
week.
lot of times
Nothing
we
wrong with
try
it.
to fake it till we make it to the point where we not making it, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. I don't know. Like I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
get it.
a lot of times we like trying to like navigate our life and try to live our life to a certain extent because that's the people that we're around, that's the friends we're around, that's the family around, that's the church folk we're around.
Church folk.
And it's like,
Mm.
honey, church folk is a whole nother conversation. And
Not for
I'm
me.
church folk. But my point is like at some point in your life you have to navigate life because you have to navigate life in the sense of this is how I need to do it. Point
hmm
blank period. No matter what men say, no matter what people say, no matter what church people say, no matter what family say, I have to navigate life this way for me. That may
Yeah.
be me figuring it out. That
hmm
may be living in my truth. That may be me just making mistakes. Whatever it is, we have to navigate life based on what we're doing in our own, you know, hub or whatever. And we take into account too many people in it.
Right.
Me included.
Not me.
Like
Because I really don't care about anybody else.
she
Like,
say
Yes, you.
that, but she
Yes,
do.
you do.
She
Yes,
do.
you do.
Don't let her fool you
I
on this
Yes, you
don't.
good
do.
podcast. She
You
do.
care.
I
I
don't.
know. I know you
She
I
care.
don't.
care.
I feel like I live very out loud. I am a very out loud person, which means I show my personality. My personality doesn't really change across the board. Sometimes I am a little bit shyer than I want to be. But
Your
for the most part,
personality don't change, but the way you handle people change. Uh-huh. All right, let's
I
go.
don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Because everybody different. You can't handle everybody the same way.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that because, yeah, I'll accept it. Keep going,
Everybody
jury. I accept it.
Reality of it is we let other people affect our lives.
we
Period.
do.
Point blank.
We
We
do.
do.
We
We
we,
try
don't
not
mean
to.
to. We say we ain't. We say
I'm about to
YOLO. You know what
I'm about to
I'm
whoop
saying?
this ass. I'll be back.
Like
People
we
say
say
words
that,
don't
but
care.
we
Words
alive
don't
and
matter, but
kicking.
words matter. Words matter.
It do. It
They
really
do.
do. It really
They do.
do. Tierra said, I agree. I'm not raising any more man, LOL. They got to come complete and already changed.
Shoot, boy.
Com- complete,
Package
complete though.
ready.
Like, can they
What?
come complete but be ready for a change?
What's
Like, there's a
complete?
difference.
What's complete?
That's a good question.
What,
What's
what,
complete?
what is a complete man?
Mm.
How much? What does that look like in figures?
Cause I don't think none of us can complete, even as women. I feel like all of us is figuring this stuff out as we go.
Oh man, it's a journey, like you said.
It's a
It's
journey.
definitely a
And I feel
journey.
like for whatever reason we are ashamed to admit that we're figuring it out.
I ain't ashamed. Hell no, I got $2. Let me see what you're gonna say. No, it's a journey, man. You just got to learn how to enjoy it.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Tierra also said, I'm not teaching any more lessons. Just kidding. Just kidding. I want every relationship, romantic or otherwise, to teach me something and vice versa. That's good.
Not
That's
true.
good.
There is something to learn from it.
That's good. And then Sam said, Chas, you lying. If you didn't care, you wouldn't talk about it. That's look, I'm gonna bring her back.
Jess is gonna have two
That's
Wait,
vacuum
facts.
cleaners.
what was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking
You
about.
you about to have
That's
two
facts.
vacuum cleaners. He gonna come sell you another one.
No, no, no I really, I know that people was gonna think that I want him. Yeah, I honestly don't want him. He's too young. Number
It
one,
ain't about wanting him, and it's not about it. At least for
but
me,
no,
it ain't.
I don't. It was about the time that their daddy didn't take up with them.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little quality time.
Nothing wrong with a little quality time.
He was too short.
Oh.
I'm already 5'4". Anybody shorter than me ain't my type.
Mm,
Everybody serves a purpose.
mm. All right, so Devon, you are. I'm not. I'm not. Devon, you
Chances, she loves to cut up. That's like, oh God, this
and
girl.
do. I'm the same one of the group. Devon, you are you single, right? Single parent.
Happily,
Okay.
ha-
Okay,
So,
happily.
so how do you
happily.
navigate being somebody who's single parent, currently dating, and then being a single parent? What qualities do you look for?
I'm not currently dating.
You
No,
not?
no, 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 no.
Why?
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 Oh, I'm through with y'all. Oh my God, I'm through with y'all.
Don't do that! Don't do
Oh, I'm through with y'all. Oh,
All of us,
through
the
all
whole
of you.
species.
Black, white, short, tall, fat, skinny, Asian, twisted eye, cockeyed,
Not twisted eye and cockeyed.
no teeth.
No.
Done,
You
done.
know it.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Um,
How do you
because
navigate dating? Okay, how about that?
no, I'm not dating though. Seriously, I'm not dating. But how would I navigate it?
Mm-hmm.
I've never been good at it.
Mm,
If I'm being honest, I've never
that's
been good at
real.
dating. I've
Mm-hmm.
never been good at dating because I never really had to date.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I never had to date. I don't know why. I was from a big family, lots of dudes, uh, just lots of dudes in the family. So lots of girls in the family. So always friends on top of friends. So I'm like, bam, hook up, bam, hook up, bam. I ain't never really had to date. So yeah, when I did try, oh, it failed horribly.
Mm.
It's just because I never had to do it. So I tried as an adult. I tried to date. Shared too much. Share
Oh
share
my
way
god.
share way too much because I grew up with my older sister. So we sat up and we talked all night about everything, which made me stupid.
Mm.
Because I was able to share a lot because my
Mm-hmm.
sister doing it for like 30 years. So share way too much. Um, and because of my upbringing, like I said, I went through a lot of abuse as sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, abandonment issues. I went through all of that as a child.
Mm.
So when I tried to date, I wasn't coming from a place where I was healed. So when I end up dating, it was more so to fill a void, fill a spot that was never quite right. So I never really healed. So at this point in my life, as old as I am, I said, my mother passed away at the beginning of last year, and I was like, I'm learning, and she passed away not happy. She wasn't happy. She was
Mm.
divorced. She was divorced. She didn't live the life she wanted. She wasn't happy. So I said, I did a little. I sat down and just evaluated my life. I'm like, okay, where you at in your life? Are you happy? I'm like, okay, I'm happy. Um, what do you want to do? Where do you want your life to go at? And I was like, the happiest I ever been was when I was single and not out here
Mm.
dating, not out here trying to be in a relationship. But it's when I was single and I
Okay.
was chasing my goals.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm in a place where I'm really kids out of the house. My son getting ready to go to Appalachian State. My daughter gone. She trying to come back, but no, that ain't happening. So that ain't happening. So I'm learning how to, I guess I say, fall in love with me.
Yes.
I'm
That's
learning,
key right
yeah,
there.
That's
That's
something
key.
I always say.
yeah. I'm learning how
Mm-hmm.
to fall in love with me because I've been in countless relationships, and their relationship left their mark.
Mm.
All of them left their mark, and because they didn't end up good, a lot of marks that were left were bad marks, but they were learning lessons. So now I'm just
Mm-hmm.
learning how to fall back in love with me and brush off all the things that were done, all the things that were said, and so when I get back out there, um, I'm gonna know who I am. I'm gonna know what I want. I'm not gonna settle for less. I'm gonna know my value. A lot of people say, "Know what you bring to the table." I'm in a position in my life where I bring the house, the table, and everything. So
Mhm.
I really wouldn't need a woman to do anything but love and respect me and know who she is and following her goals and dreams. So I'm not out there right now because I'm enjoying being self sufficient.
Yeah.
Put my son through school, put my daughter through school. Got my career, get my house, chasing my dreams. I'm not at a place right now where I can date and it not be a distraction.
Mm.
When I get out there, I want to be out there in a place where I'm dating, and it's wonderful, and she's adding to my life. I'm not allowing that to be a distraction, and I'm completely whole and healed. So yeah, I'm on that journey right now, and I'm learning how to love it.
So you learn how to love it because you live in life and it's good or whatnot. What space are you giving a woman in your life right now?
What you mean? what, what you said space? What you mean?
Space. You have acknowledged what you are not doing. What space are you allowing?
Now space. Not
No, she
not
gotta have.
I don't
She got.
believe it.
She gotta have
not
a little space. She gotta do something.
not now space because I'm not allowing a woman in that space right now. Right now, the only people in that space right now are me and God. That's it. Nobody else in that
And
space.
Brenda. And Brenda.
You
Miss
know what's
Brenda is
up with it.
different. But I mean, I'm not allowing anybody in that space right now because if they came in right now, they're gonna interrupt my process of
So you're
me.
not dating right now.
No, no, no. I'm not having sex either. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm
Sex
not
and
dating.
dating is two different things. Don't do that.
I, I,
But you're not
it,
dating right now.
sex and dating two different things,
Sex and dating is
but there's
entirely
there's
different.
there's
No.
there's a
People
fine
people
line.
put it together, but it really ain't.
There's a fine line if you double dip.
Not double dip.
There's a fine line if you go back. There's a fine line if you go back. And I ain't out here home. I'm 45. I ain't got time out here hoeing around, man. I ain't got time for that.
Everybody hurt. Go ahead.
I ain't even got that energy. Shoot, no, I'm good. I'm good. Let me go over college, baby. I'm good. I'm
Oh my
good.
god.
I
I'm
cannot.
happy. I ain't got
I'm
time for that.
done. Okay.
Ain't trying to go out here and put in some work. I know how y'all do. Go put in some work. Nope, I ain't putting in nothing. I'm retired.
I'm done.
Right.
He's
If
scared
you
he's
He
gonna be somebody that be doing yoga.
doing the most.
he talking this
hey, hey,
junk, but he gonna be
hey,
trying to
hey,
booty cake you next
hey,
week.
hey, Chassie. Nope, I'm the little spoon. I'm good.
Not the
See?
not the little spoon.
I'm the
I'm
little
done.
He
spoon.
ready somebody gonna come up there and make him a little spoon. He be like,
We
oh my
are
god, I
done.
love her.
I'm
We
good.
are done. I'm not doing this. Thank y'all for joining this week. Thank you. I'm not doing it. Thank y'all for joining. Please share, comment down below, like, subscribe, blase. I'm
Internet
still
messed
doing
up again tonight.
it. It
I
did, but
still
it's
want
all
this to
right.
be great.
We
It's all
still
right. It's all
got
right.
you. I appreciate y'all, man. I
We
really
still
enjoyed it.
we
Stay on.
you stay on. But everybody else watching, please say thank you or let us know that this topic was good. And we'll see y'all next week. That's all I got.
What y'all
Bye.
talking about next week? Y'all talking about church folks?
Bye bye. I'm done.